Now let's first talk about the simple method that you can follow to stop translating the words from your native language to English so you can easily express yourself more fluently and effectively. When I first talk to most medical affairs professionals, they think they need to learn big, complex words, lots of idioms and expressions, and they think their grammar needs to be advanced and perfect. The truth is, true fluency for you as a medical affairs professional is much simpler. The only thing you need to focus on is whether or not your vocabulary, idioms, and grammar is appropriate for the situation. For example, are you talking to your line manager, or are you talking to someone lower than you in the company? Are you addressing an audience, meeting a KOL, or are you making small talk with someone you just met at a conference or networking event? The vocabulary, idioms, expressions, phrases, and grammar that you use are all dependent on whether or not they are appropriate or suitable for the context and situations that require you to speak in English. For example, take my client Carlos. He's a medical director at a pharmaceutical company and has to give frequent presentations in English. During our first meeting, he told me that he is unable to engage his audience because he has to rely so much on using a script and has to use too many words to make his point. By acquiring the essential English vocabulary and phrases used throughout the structure of a great presentation and to answer questions from the audience, along with mastering the most effective tonality and speech techniques that are used to capture an audience's interest, Carlos has been taking on more opportunities to present at virtual and in-person conferences. Only medical affairs professionals who focus on mastering the functional English for communicating in the specific situations that they need for their careers are able to quickly develop a high level of English intuition. What I mean by this is that they naturally and instinctively know exactly which words, idioms, grammar, and sentence structures are appropriate for the context they need. Conversely, medical affairs professionals who have trouble with this are too focused on the vocabulary and grammar rules that they memorized. They're frequently questioning their choice of words when in reality it depends on many different factors. Not every word, idiom, or even grammar rule falls into a definite category, and medical affairs professionals who can communicate intuitively don't spend their energy thinking about which words are best to use. Instead, they focused only on learning and practicing the situation-specific functional English enough to the point where they've developed a natural instinct for which words to use, and they can communicate their message automatically.